Hey guys, James here today, and welcome back to another Sims 4 tutorial. This one is a little bit of a pre-tutorial because this requires a Sims 4 get-together. I'm going to be showing you how to make a skylight for your home. Now, it is not just a simple roof object, but it is totally possible, and let's be honest, it looks pretty damn awesome. I mean, it totally works as well. You can see through the roof. Light actually comes in. You can see the shadows on the wall there a little bit. My camera works not great, but you can see it on the right-hand side there, the shadows on the wall. It is pretty cool. So this is actually a little cottage home I built using some new wallpapers and items that came with Get Together. There's a new roof ornament there as well. New wallpaper there. Some new stuff. I thought I'd show you the home. I wanted to show you the final product before we actually get into it, and then I'll show you how to do it. And it's pretty interesting the way that this comes together. And the second I saw this piece, I had to do it. So first of all, let's build the room that we need. We need it to be 4 squares, then 3 squares, then another 4 squares long. That's so that the skylight piece fits in flawlessly with the roof. So then, of course, we just build out the room. It doesn't really matter what size it is. It kind of depends what you're going with. Then we need to search for the Spot Awning. To search for it in the catalog, it'll come up. It is this beautiful glass sort of awning that conveniently and very happily fits in the roof quite nicely. So place them in the middle, remove the floor from the top of the room, and to do that you just get the sledgehammer tool and remove the floor. Then we're going to get a blank flooring piece like I've got there, and we're just going to fill in the gaps, going to fill in the roof around the awnings. We want to leave an empty floor space in the middle because obviously we want the light to come through the floor, so we need to leave a gap. So that's why we had to remove the floor, and now we're putting it back. So we use just these floor segments to fill in all the borders around the awnings here. It's a little bit fiddly, as you can see, it's kind of going all over the place at the moment, but that's what you gotta do. So obviously just size it up, and there you go. So now we have a 3 square gap in the middle. The awnings are actually like 4 squares large. Yeah, they are 4 squares. So they overlap a little bit, but that's good because we want to hide the sort of poles on the awnings there. We want to hide them in the roof. So we're going to start placing these sort of half gable roofs along here. We want them to be 4 squares long. And you can see if you actually adjust the roof to the correct height, it fits in perfectly. If you grab on to this little handle here as well, hold down shift and pull it in, you'll see it'll actually line up with the edge of the awning there. And, you know, it blends a little bit nicer that way. Then we simply repeat the same process here on the other side. Make sure the roof is 4 tiles long, grab onto that little handle, holding down the shift key again, pulling it in, and then that finishes that side. Then we want to grab the actual gable roof here, and we want to make it 1 square wide and just pull it to either end of the home. Basically what we're doing here, we've now sort of created the roof in 3 segments currently. We're going to do the 4th segment now. So we've created an area that sort of builds up around these glass awnings, essentially creating the skylight sort of technique. So it's left a hole in the roof where light can flood in. Now you will notice that the roof actually overlaps the awning here a little bit. If you grab onto this upper arrow here, hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, you can actually fine tune the height. And we want to get it just below the sort of tip of the awning there so it doesn't overlap and look weird. Our next challenge is to go around the roof, holding down that Alt key again and adjusting all these other roof pieces to the same height so that we don't have any weird sort of gaps that you can see along the roof there. Once you get them into position, they will all blend seamlessly. And of course, this is our last piece just here. Let's just get it into place as best as we can, and that is essentially how you make a skylight in The Sims 4 Get Together. We now have the roof in place, it blends in beautifully with the skylight, and it actually looks really, really good. I love the look of this, especially with the sort of modern cottage with a twist I did. As you can see here, as I cycle through the day and night, you can see the lighting actually coming through the skylight there, so it actually does allow lighting into the house. It is not just for looks, it is actually functional too, which is something that is awesome. Jumping back to the original shot here, you can see again the skylight inside the house, and you get a better idea of what it looks like in a real house, not just an empty box. Of course, like I said at the beginning, you can see straight through, it is completely functional, and it looks very cool with the sort of modern cottage look. But yeah, that's how you can make a skylight in The Sims 4 Get Together, something that I don't think has really been possible at all in any previous Sims games. There are transparent floor tiles in previous games, but this is something that is at least new to The Sims 4. I believe in Sims 2 they did have like sort of greenhouses Except I think the roofs on those are a little bit weird. They did have glass roofs in that, I know for sure, but I think it was kind of weird and you couldn't really use it as a roof. But anyway, skylight there. But hey, but wait, that's not more. There's another type of skylight that we can also do in The Sims 4. With this expansion pack actually comes dance floors, and with dance floors actually comes a glass dance floor, which I think you may have seen in one of the trailers before, but I had a lot of fun playing around with these. So they have 3 different sizes by default. They have like a 3x3, a 4x4, and a 5x5. Now the really cool thing about this is because they're an object, you can place them anywhere. As you can see, I could place them on the ground. It's on top of this building. If you hold down Alt and fine tune it, you can place it on any angle, in any position. And I think that's incredibly cool. So it cuts out any shape in the floor. And as you can see, I'm putting it absolutely anywhere here. If I can also scale up. They work perfectly fine when you scale them up too, by the way. As you can see there, it cuts out all of the flooring, not just where the original size was. And you can do that as well. You can make it absolutely colossal. And as you can see there, it even cuts out the grass and you can see through the dirt, which I thought was kind of cool. So that does mean you can put them into a basement, and you can see into a basement as well. But yeah, so these are not really a skylight per se, but you know, like they're glass flooring / glass roofing. And I thought I'd show them off to you as well, as they're a really cool new little bit to the game. Of course, they're not just for decoration. You can walk on top of them and even dance on top of them because they technically are a dance floor, but you can use them for so much more than just a dance floor. Like, look at this. Anyways, yeah, I'll leave that there. Yeah, so that's how you guys can make some skylights in The Sims 4 get together. One of my favorite new things is that glass awning that I showed earlier. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time, and have an awesome day.